guys, I'm back and ready to review Jurassic World. My friends and I were really looking forward to watching this movie, and it did not disappoint. It gave me everything that I was expecting and more. Chris Pratt's character was very well done, being both a badass and protective of his raptors. He understood that even though they were raised in captivity and trained, they were still deadly creatures, and he gave them a lot of respect and distance because of that. The kids in this film weren't bad. The older boy was kind of a jerk and radiated way too much teenage boy who doesn't care about anything cliche, but the younger one was adorably obsessive about dinosaurs and was quite bright and perceptive. Although during the scene where they went off in the hamster ball and went off path and they met a bunch of dinosaurs, when the kid pointed out that there was a fifth one standing behind them, the Indominus Rex, he should have been just a little bit more scared in that scene. And it was played off, instead of playing it off as, oh, the big reveal, the dinosaur's there behind them, the film should have had him a little more fearful. Claire wasn't a terrible character either, although she was the businesswoman cliche that neglects her nephews. But she does get called out on it later in the movie and does show a great deal of caring towards them when she goes off with Chris Pratt to rescue them from the Indominus Rex and get them safely back to base, or whatever it was. Despite the fun I had while watching this film, there were a few problems that I found with it. One being the unnecessary romantic interest between Chris Pratt's character and Claire. It states at the beginning that the two had previously gone on a date and it just didn't go well. Okay, that's fine. Good way to show that there's a connection between the two characters without actually building up to that in the film and wasting all that time when you'd rather show dinosaurs. However, as they go on in the movie, at the end when they start showing the romantic part of their relationship, when they say we should try dating again, or we should stick together again, we should stick together because of survival reasons, and I'm just sitting there in the theater like, why? There's literally nothing that changed between you two other than you helped save each other from a dinosaur. That doesn't mean you're romantically compatible. I mean, I understand going on a date again, giving it a second chance, but they straight up went and kissed, and even after one kiss, Claire's nephews start calling him her boyfriend, which, no. It just wasn't necessary, didn't need to happen. They could have toned it way down. You can still have the romantic element if you feel the necessary need to have it there, but at the very least it should have been toned down. The other downside in this movie, just one thing that Claire said, which was in fact sexist. When one of the characters, Larry, is he's up in the control room and he decides to stay after everyone else has been evacuated. Claire demands that he opens the paddock for the T-Rex so she can lead him in the final battle. Larry decides, or he hesitates and doesn't want to open the paddock because she's right there and could be injured or eaten by this T-Rex. So when he hesitates, she tells him to be a man and do something for once. That is sexist, and should not have been in this movie. It's saying that because he's showing worry for his boss, and doesn't want to do something that could endanger her life, he's perceived as weak. And by saying, be a man, that's essentially calling him a woman for being weak, i.e. sexist. But despite those few problems found within the movie, and seem to be very persistent in many Hollywood films to this day, it was a good watch. It had great references. It was hilarious that they still haven't learned their lesson, and even after the fact that the first three films did happen in this version and were in the past, they didn't learn their lesson. They kept forward and decided to open up Jurassic World anyway, and it's funny how they still decided to do that and were shocked when everything went wrong again. Wonderful film, lots of fun to see. I give this film 4 to 5 stars. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Bye guys.